I see. I see Melissa and Krista. What a great day do I get to have. You guys, welcome back to our next continuing series about Meet the Team, because you guys know that our team is what makes us so special because they give our guests such a great experience. And we're so happy to have one of our assistant team leads, Melissa Neal, who's also an archery instructor and coach. And Melissa, I am so glad to see you. How are you today?
Hello. I'm great. How are you guys?
Fabulous.
Krista, you doing all right?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's a great day.
It is a great day. It is a great day. Melissa, so we'll just jump right in. We're a little curious. Oh, okay. Things are happening.
I'm plugging you in.
I love this. I love this.
It happens.
Sorry.
Trust me. It happens all the time. So Melissa, I'm just, can you, and I don't even think I know the story. How did you get started in archery? Like how long have you been doing it? How'd you get started?
Okay. So I shot my first bow in 2014. I can remember bothering everyone in my life to learn how to shoot a bow, learn how to hunt outdoor sports. And honestly, no one really wanted to teach me. But I bothered enough people that I found someone, and that someone turned into my significant other, my husband, Larry. So he taught me the basics to really go out and be able to hunt. And then from there on, we took it into competitive archery. So I shot my first bow 12 years ago.
Wow, that's fantastic. And for where you are now, so I have to ask you, what was it about hunting that as an adult woman you had wanted to do?
I don't know. I just knew I've always felt drawn to the outdoors. And I lived on a property where at the time we had this beautiful back 3 or 4 acres that was full of trees and wildlife, and there was deer back there. And I can remember thinking, how wonderful would it be to be in a tree and wake up with the wildlife? And it wasn't so much that I wanted to harvest an animal as I just wanted to be out there with them. And then I learned more about it and the conservation side of it, and the pros that go along with hunting. So
yeah, that is true. So we love conservation efforts, and the in hunting, for those of you that don't hunt, there's a lot of science behind it, real science that's behind it, that helps each state set their quotas for hunters to make sure that we are actually helping the herd when we hunt, or whatever, a herd or a flock, whatever it is that we're hunting. It's really kind of awesome that you can be part of sustaining nature, right? Like it's
and the hunting community, I feel like, is the biggest advocate for wildlife and promoting wildlife in our habitats. I know some people may see that as an oxymoron, but we really do want to help them grow, not just for us, but for themselves.
Yeah. And for the future.
Archery is not just hunting, though, right? So for those of our followers that are not hunters and don't have that desire, tell us a little bit more about that competition realm, how you took it from hunting to now competing against something else.
And winning, I think.
And winning.
I'm working on it. So 2018, I shot my first competitive archery tournament, which was with the International Bow Hunting Organization, which, side note, they also promote hunting and bow hunting. But it was a tournament where you go out and you kind of guess the yardage, and you're in the woods with kind of like-minded people that like to compete. I have always been competitive. I was always on team sports. So this was something new to me, that it's an individual sport and it's kind of up to you how well you do. But it's also a community. So the first time I showed up to a competitive shoot, I met so many people that were just like me, that I think that was the first time that I felt kind of accepted and acknowledged for the person that I am and want to be. And that's what really hooked me. And then I fell in love with archery and the mechanics of it, and kind of how everything works, and really what it did for me as an individual, as a woman. And
Yep, I know that feeling all too well. So I've actually been toying with the idea of pulling my bow out and trying to go to a tournament this year. Like, I haven't gone in so many years, but I don't know if time. Krista keeps scheduling me to travel. I'm just kidding. I have a job, keeps me on the road.
Krista, we've got to talk.
But that brings me to traveling, because you are competitive, but you take time to travel with us. So how did you get to be an instructor with us, and what are some of your thoughts? What are your key takeaways from being at the trailer? What's it mean for you to be an instructor with us?
So actually, one of the girls that I shoot the ASA with, the Archery Shooters of America, Debbie, who is amazing, and she's also
an OG.
Yes. She brought it to my attention, the Shoot Like a Girl trailer, and the experience and kind of what it all means, and encouraged me to submit my application. And so once I learned about Shoot Like a Girl, oh my gosh, I fell in love with the idea, and then fell in love with everyone else. And it's so inspiring to see not just our instructors that work the trailer, but the people that have the courage to walk up to the trailer and say, I want to learn how to shoot, whether it's firearms or archery, because it can be intimidating, I feel like, for people that are in kind of the shooting sports aspect. So I think it just, the women and the men that come up to the trailer, I think they just inspire me that, like, if you really want to do it and you have the courage to take that step, then you can do it. And I see it transform people right in front of us, right? It like, once they come into the trailer and they have that experience, they walk out a more confident person, and who wouldn't want to be a part of that?
Right. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Do you have a favorite guest that you've worked with? Can you think of one off the top of your head?
I have one. Yes. I'm going to get this part of the story a little bit wrong. I believe she was in an accident of some sort, and it damaged her clavicle and maybe some parts of her shoulder. And she had shot archery prior to the accident. But she was so weak and had so much trouble during therapy that she thought she'd never be able to shoot a bow again. And she came to the trailer, and we have our bows turned down to a really low poundage to help people be able to pull them back and experience shooting a bow. And so we took it very easy with her because she was nervous. But we got the bow pulled back, and she got to fire a couple of arrows, and she was in tears. She didn't shoot the firearm side because really she just wanted to come in to try and shoot a bow, and she did. And I believe that she has now purchased a bow. She friended me on Facebook, and so she's got a bow now, and she's working on getting her strength up. So that's probably my favorite story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about turning cans into cans.
Yep, that's right.
And the great thing about it, there's so many adaptations, but what if you weren't there for her? Like, it's so inspiring. I guess another question we have for you is, what do you do outside of shooting competitions, hunting, and working for us at the trailer? Like, what are your hobbies? What do you love to do?
I work a lot. So I'm a business owner. My husband and I own our own business. So that takes up the majority of our time.
I understand that too.
Yes. So other than that, I do love to fish. I love to cook. And I have 2 dogs that are demanding. And Krista might be able to back me up on this. I am trying to grow a flower garden.
Oh, nice.
We've had a few conversations. We've included into that conversation.
I think Krista's a phone a friend for almost every person that I know.
Probably. So for our viewers, no.
Yeah. Krista has a real talent that she inherited from her mother, and I don't think she knew she inherited it until recently, but her mother's a master gardener, and Krista, just being as inquisitive, she knows a lot.
Is that a certification? Like, do you get a master gardener certificate? Really?
Mhm.
Yes, my grandfather, my mother, my aunt are all master gardeners, and maybe in my 3rd season of life, I'll take that step.
Well, the family tradition does need to carry on. I'm just saying.
I agree. I agree.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
You're almost done with one class. She's a lifelong learner, so learn
Yeah.
something new. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Well,
those are kind of my
Melissa,
hobbies.
let me ask you this. So you had to beg people. What would you recommend to someone that's like, I've always wanted to try archery and I don't know what to do? What would you recommend to them, other than, of course, coming to Shoot Like a Girl? But if they couldn't do that, what should they do?
I would research in your local area. Your local bow shop would probably be the best place to start. Also, local conservation clubs are great places to start because they might know people that can help you kind of move forward or help you feel more comfortable in moving forward and introduce you to people or things. But absolutely, 100%, you need to go to a local shop and ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. And no question is too small or too silly because there's a lot to learn. And archery to me in the beginning always feels awkward for so many different reasons. So ask all the questions, no matter how big or small. And if you are interested in purchasing a bow, then make sure that you pick up bows, you feel the weight of them, the feel of them, and find what you like. And people will guide you and try to direct you, but in the end, it's what you're shooting and it's what you like. So that would be my.
Yeah, because the archery industry is a little heavily weighted to the product that they like.
They are. Yeah.
They are very product driven. Yep. The other thing that I would add, and you've probably experienced this because I don't know if you had the same situation, but getting your draw length right to begin with is a very big challenge for a lot of women because sometimes we get an assumption that we are a smaller frame, therefore we have a smaller draw length, and sometimes that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, so draw length, 2 things on that front, draw length and draw weight. Draw length is the length of kind of it's your draw length. I don't know.
It's the length of pull. It's the length of pull to get your bow back to pull.
My words were coming to me.
Yeah.
They should measure that. And there are so many bows in today's world that can go down to a woman's draw length, right? So it used to be draw lengths where you weren't going to get a bow that was anywhere under 28 inches up to 31 inches because that was typical because most men shot, or mostly it was men that shot. But now there's so many bows that can go down to 26-inch draw lengths, which is really helpful for us. And then the other thing is draw weight. There's going to be a lot of people that tell you need to shoot a certain draw weight. There are state regulations in place for the lowest poundage that you can shoot legally if you're wanting to go into the woods. Indiana, which is where I'm from, our state minimum it's either 32 or 34 pounds. So don't be intimidated that you have to draw back 50 or 60 pounds when you start out because you don't. So just go into open-minded and ask questions. And I think the archery world is more open-minded these days to women shooting.
100%.
I got to say something. So if any of our followers are watching, they probably don't know where all of our team falls in the archery or the firearms realm, right? And so Melissa's archery and I have my trade in the firearms realm, and everything that just came out of your mouth was sports in general. And it was fabulous. I heard, find the bow that works for you. We say that in the firearms world all the time.
Yes. Yeah.
We talk about in the firearms world that it's an assumption if we have smaller hands, or we're smaller framed, or we don't have as much upper body strength, then a smaller firearm might be best for us. Find what works for you, right? You have to do all of those things. And so what my biggest thing was, while this is like a conversation we would have on the firearm side, it's exactly the same just for archery, in the component where the final piece being, if you want to do it and you can't find someone to take you, keep asking. The communities in the sports world are so welcoming, and they'll bring you in, whether it's your local archery club or the firearms range down the street.
That's right.
People to be a part.
And we're blessed with Karen, because Karen knows both sides.
I was going to say, I threw her out. I didn't include her in that mix.
But she's
wears all
archery.
Yeah, she wears hats, right?
Yes, she does.
I still have more to learn than I know, so I am always learning and trying to grow, and I'm excited. I'm going to try to get out there, Melissa. Now you've inspired me. I might find a tournament that most of our archers are going to and try to go to that one, and then I can at least say, well, I was just distracted by the team. Had too much pressure.
Oh,
like I'm all about, I got to have the excuse for not performing well before I get in there.
We've got broad shoulders. We can take it.
It won't certainly be because I didn't practice enough.
I was going to say,
I didn't do any of the things I'm supposed to do.
Work with it a little bit before you just show up at a tournament.
I have
no judgment.
I have a
no
story
judgment
online about that. Like I always find it funny when you're doing an individual sport and you blame everything but yourself. It's like,
and archers have all the excuses in the world. Like we can get, the barometric pressure was off today.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a thing. Like your string expands a little, like half of a 1,000th of a millimeter. All right. Well, Melissa, it's so great to see you. We really, we are so grateful to have you on the team, and especially in your new role as an assistant team lead. Everything we do at the experiences for Shoot Like a Girl are about that experience for the guest. And you, like all of our instructors, have this ability to make that person standing in front of you feel like the most important person in the world. And your passion for this outdoors and shooting sports comes through every single time. And we're just so grateful that you've helped us achieve the goals that we're achieving and make a difference in the lives of our guests and our attendees. And can't wait to see you down the road. All you people, we hope you find us. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I'm getting good at that. Like, but we have, honestly, y'all, this is real, because this is really what it's about for us. Every time I'm around our instructors, like, we would not have the experience we have without the people leading that experience. It's just that simple. And we've been so blessed to find the right people to join with what we do. And we hope that you have a chance to come visit us. If you haven't, look at our schedule. We'll post it in the comments below. And we want to see you at an event. So come on, take a girls trip if you have to, or a family trip, or bring a whole bus of people. We'll accommodate you.
We go to a lot of amazing places. So girls trip.
Yeah, that would be fun. All right. Well, y'all have a great day. We hope to see you down the road. Melissa, thank you so much for your time today. We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.